beloved son who's gone, Deshon, over there. Is, I just want to share. I thank everybody for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. And I just want to share, about my son's case. I want people to know the truth about what Coach USA bus driver, Whistle Romaine, he deliberately killed my son. And I have all the evidence to back, this is not allegation. I have all the evidence to back up my statement. If you go on my blog, Soality blog, you will see the corruption video that I have posted about the prosecutor, Michael Booker, the driver, Whistle Romaine, and Coach USA/New Jersey Transit lawyer, Michael Tuzio. I can't pronounce that man's name. Tuzzio. Tezzo. And I have that video right on my blog when the lawyer said to the driver, remember, you didn't see anyone, because the driver gets up and demonstrates how he saw my son. Okay? And the prosecutor, he says to Whistle Romaine, it's nothing you could have done. It's out of your control. The lawyer, Michael, he said, oh, Whistle Romaine has a clean driver's record. Well, I'm going to show you. All that is fabrication. They sat there and assassinated me and my son's name. I don't know if you all can see this. See this? All this in red. This is the information about Whistle Romaine. This is not a clean history at all. I shall read it to you. April the 20th, he had an incident January the 4th, 1993, January 28th, 1993, October the 24th, 1993, October 31st, 2007, and June 11, 2009. It doesn't have what the fractions is, but the other ones do. April the 22nd, 1998, failed to comply with police instruction. November the 9th, 1999, conviction for speeding. June the 1st, 2002, involved in a motor vehicle accident. December the 6th, 2002, unsafe operation of motor vehicle offense. June the 20th, 2006, offense of obstruction passenger and another vehicle. July the 18th, this is when he killed my son. This was not an accident, it was an incident. Deliberately murdered Deshon Johnson by running him over twice, then dragging him up to that bridge, the bridge over there, you can show it, the bridge over there, by operating New Jersey Transit. And Romaine, to this day, he is still operating the bus with all this. Then after that, in September 8th, March 12th, 2012, forcible breaking and entry. December 2006, 2012, forcible breaking and entry again. October the 31st, 2002, he has a civil suit against him, $100,000. August the 4th, 2000, he has a $3,789.20 civil suit.
It's recording.
It's recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to say that I've known Naomi and Deshon, and I was trying to think how long I've known them. It's probably been since 2000, huh? Since at least 2000, I think? Yeah. 2000. So that's 18 years, at least 18 years. So I've seen Deshon go to the prom. I was there taking prom pictures when he was taking his prom pictures with, and so I've known them for a while. So not just a minute, not just through this, but for a number of years. So I really wanted Naomi to hear this, but she can hear the recording.
Yeah.
But I have the utmost admiration for Naomi for sticking to her gun.
Yeah.
And not just rolling over and accepting the dollars that they try to throw at you when things like this happen. And particularly us and you know, in certain communities, it's more prevalent for them to throw dollars and say, you know, let's just sweep this under the rug. Let's just, you know, it was what it was, you know, and try to keep it moving, put some dollars in people's hands and try to get. So, but it's to Naomi's credit that today, 6 years later, that we're here, and we're here on behalf of Deshon and justice for Deshon, which still has not manifested, which still has not been done. So I just say, God bless you, Naomi, because you have continued to fight, and it's not an easy fight, and hey, you know, years go by. Sometimes we want to do things, we want to get things done, and they don't always materialize when we want them. But you know, you know that I'm a man of God. That I believe in Jesus Christ, and that I believe firmly that we will see justice for Deshon. I believe that in my heart, and I expect that it hasn't happened yet, but it will happen. Just like you know, Martin Luther King said, we'll get to the promised land. We haven't gotten there yet, but we will get there. So I just wanna commend you now, and to, you know, again, pledge my support. Kind of lost your number, lost a little contact when you sent that. Don't be giving me one of those look like, yeah, sure you did.
You showed my email address.
Well, all right, that's all right, fair, that's fair. No, that's fair. But but when you sent the text message, I could tell who it was from the verbiage. So that's how I actually was able to identify your phone number and put it in this phone. And now I have cloud backup, which is a little dangerous because now that means Uncle Sam or whoever has Big Brother has all that information now on the cloud. But hey, look, he's got it anyway, right? He don't need the cloud to get my information. He got it anyway, right? At least I can keep my information in the cloud, so when I lose my phone, I have my information, right? But Big Brother got it. He don't need the cloud. He don't need nothing. He can get it straight from the phone if he wants. So anyway, that's all I have to say. And thank you, thank all of you. I know this is a brother from Pop too, and I appreciate Larry and Pop being receptive. I wouldn't expect anything less, because that's the kind of organization that Pop is, People's Organization for Progress. They stand up for folks who need someone to help them. And so I just repledge my support and thank all of you for being here.
I appreciate that. And, honestly, it's been 6 years. Deshon obviously is very loved and missed by all of us. We were all best friends. Truly, I mean, at this point, it's not for me. It's not for anything. It's just really for Naomi. I just want to make sure that Naomi understands that there always is love there for you. We all obviously know the real facts of this case. We know what actually went down. We know what they're doing. We were around when it began. We're around when it's now. And they're not going to stop. They have no reason for them to stop it. You just have to continue doing what you're doing. You just have to continue to find different channels and different platforms to be able to voice your opinion and stay strong with that. And don't ever allow anything to stop you or to try to weaken you. And I know we've spoken, and there's been times where you're down, and there's times where it's really hard, and it feels like you're alone, and they're not hearing you and anything like that. But that's exactly how they want you to feel at that exact moment. That's their goal, for you to just give up after that point and take the check or not take the check. It doesn't matter anything about the check. They just want you to move on from it. So as long as you continue to not do that, that's how Deshon's going to continue to live, and that's how he's going to live in our hearts, to our future kids, to our families. His memory is not going nowhere. So days like this are hard. You take off. This is the first day I couldn't get off of work, so I work later, but they both have off. This is a day we just reflect. It's not a good day. It's not a positive day, but if you make the best out of it, you just need to stay strong through it all. We definitely love and appreciate you.
Oh, man.
I'm going it this way?
Not this way.
Oh, okay.
It's been, I didn't even really realize how long it's been. It kind of just, when I woke up this morning, I kind of realized how long it's been. And it's a shocker. really. That I missed a person this long. There's days I wake up and I really miss like his encouragement, and I don't have it anymore. And there's sometimes I talk to them like, yo, I really miss Deshon's encouragement and his laugh. It took a while to get used to. I'm still trying to get used to it. I miss him. I miss him every day. Today wasn't it wasn't easy waking up, but I surprisingly was better than the normal years. It even took me a little while to get over here. I just love and miss him. I know justice will come. I know it takes time, but I know it's coming. So, that's all I really have to say.
Just gonna say, some of the hardest days are waking up when you feel like he still is here. I know for me, I used to talk to him daily half the time throughout high school, and then after I would wake up and he'd still be in my room from late nights. I know Matt and James know the same. It's just crazy. There's a big gap, and it hasn't been filled still after 6 years. So I often think about that, but I do know that justice will be served if you stay persistent. It's always going to be slow. That's just, like James said, it's designed to be slow. But if you just, keep at it, they'll eventually give up before you will. I know that. This is not the first time you've had to fight for something. We know that, and hopefully it is the last. But eventually, I know that justice will be served. So I miss him a lot.
I'm just glad we can all come out today and give you some love and support and remember Deshon and hope for justice, but more importantly, just know that we're all here for you and reach out anytime.
You know, you got some powerful stuff to say. Come on, look at that.
No, I need to apologize because I got lost. I don't know Bloomfield at all, hardly.
You don't want to know Bloomfield.
Other than the downtown area, and I had the misimpression that it was by a diner just up where Broad Street begins, and I was totally way off path. So I want to apologize first.
Don, what
this is a horror story. I didn't have the benefit of knowing this young man the way y'all did. I'm glad y'all are here. It means a lot. Just having dealt with these kinds of things over years. These things mean a lot to families in these kind of circumstances. This is a wild circumstance. I mean, I do a lot with street violence. I do a lot with police violence. That's the kind of stuff that I deal with my social justice profile. But this is vehicular homicide, right? By this driver. This is obstruction of justice by New Jersey Transit. I'm not a lawyer. I wish I had. I wish somebody would have taken the chance to let me get in, Brother Craig, but nobody would let me get in none of them big funky schools at that level.
Whoa,
right?
Boy. Yeah, wouldn't they be in trouble, boy?
But this, you are a beacon of strength for the young man that is now an ancestor now. I just ran into, I just left the diner over on Bloomfield Avenue, on Congress Street, whatever that little street is, right? And it was a sister who had just retired from Jersey Transit who knew Deshon. She knew him. I told her again, she was just in a joking manner, and I actually needed her jokes because I knew what I was coming to, right? And
I said, have it.
I said, yeah, I got to go see a mother that's got a real tough spot that she's dealing with. And I described it. She said, yeah, he was friends with my son. It happened, and she pointed right, like it was right around there. So I said, oh yeah, I'm close, good. I wasn't close at all, but this story is, may have the beginning of the kind of resonance that it needs for something to happen. So you absolutely should not give up.
No,
we probably need to start getting folks together to come have some vigils in front of the prosecutor's office. Essex County College. Turn it up. This is me now. I'm talking for me as an old Panther now. What the organization's going to do, I don't know. Right? But stay around, keep talking. Right? Don't give up. As we approach this time next year, in steps, do some other things like this to build up for us. So that more folks who are concerned about justice will come out, in addition to folks that clearly knew and loved the son.
Yes.
You know, I appreciate your strength. You know, Fidel Castro, great, and don't let me scare y'all. For y'all don't know who Fidel Castro was. We were growing up, my generation, growing up, we were taught that he was the boogeyman, right? But being a son of struggle, Fidel Castro was one of the greatest revolutionaries of the 20th century. All right? But Fidel taught us that in the struggle for justice and liberation, every person, man and woman, must be an army of one.
All right.
Right?
All right.
And I salute you for being an army of one.
She has been an army, no question.
Right?
No question.
And the battle ain't over.
Nope. Not
So there's no surrender, no retreat when you're trying to win. Right? So I salute you for your strength, your creativity. I said, you got it. As y'all repping with the gear, that's incredible stuff. That's incredible stuff. So this young man's name is in the air, the land of the ancestors.
Yes.
We're calling his name.
Yes.
So he's here. You call his name, he's here. The ancestors that know about so many who we have lost in justice are with him.
Yes.
Right? And the God of our ancestors, we can follow those forces, never give up, and keep doing those, just keep taking steps. Right? That's that woman that won't go away.
That's right. That's right. That's
right.
That's right.
That's that woman that won't go away.
That's right.
And at some point, we got to figure out what to do to make this all right.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
See, we say all power to the people, power.
Power.
Power to the
I'm
people.
not going to use Huey's definition because it's a whole lot of big words. Huey was smarter than I am, right? But making powerful folks say yes when they're very comfortable with saying no.
Right.
See, and that's what that's where it's got to go.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you are the seed to make that happen for your son.
Yes.
So I salute you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. All right, and whatever way I can do to help you personally, I certainly would be glad to do it. I should let you know that I found some other pictures other than the flyer and other than your blog of you and your son.
All right.
So when I did the press release, for POP, right?
Okay.
Right? I used the picture with you with the picture
Wow.
of Deshon and you crying.
Wow. Yeah.
We got a lot of responses very quickly.
All right.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
Including the local councilman, Sharp's son.
Really? Okay, James.
Turned it and
Okay.
shared it right
I
away.
know them.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
out. Yeah.
So there's,
Okay.
you know, there's something in the air
Shopton? No, I don't know.
that's moving in the right direction.
James, Sharp James.
Sharp James.
Oh,
son.
Sean James.
John.
Yeah. John James. Yeah, John James. I know him personally.
John. Yeah. It's John.
Yeah, I know.
Sharpton is another story. I'll tell y'all that off mic.
Don?
But so stay with it. You know, we're proud of you. I apologize for getting lost. That ain't gonna happen no more.
problem.
It's a beautiful park. Where did it take place?
Right up there. It started at the corner, and we're gonna go there in a minute.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that's why I almost walked past you.
Yeah, we're gonna
But you
go
said
there.
the balloons. I said, and I had to walk on that side of the street because there ain't no sidewalk over here.
Right.
So I almost walked past y'all. So I said, that's that. That's that.
You saw the
double
balloon?
back.
Don.
Yeah.
Okay, Don. Yes, we are gonna have to.
I'm here in support of Sister Man, but we both fighting the same things that we did today. They hurted us, so they put me out of operation for years. And I'm still fighting them as well, both companies. So we need to also add international law, because they also violated that as well. So once you put those two together, it can, like I said, we can get this, but it's going to take some time. We just got to sit down and figure out how the best way to get it done. And that's what we're going to do.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And like you said, people say, strong sister. I've been doing it for years. She's been doing it for years. So it'll happen. It's going to happen. We're going to make it happen.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your message and your comment. Can I hold it briefly?
Is that your conclusion? That's your conclusion? I want to make sure I get y'all names and numbers because I'm going to turn around and destroy it. So you send me that, right? And I can pull quotes from that, and I can send something out. That's all right?
Okay, I'm gonna do it right quick. I know I did some on Facebook Live, but my phone just burnt out.
All right, you got
You know, so I want to do it quickly right here, so we'll run through so we all can, you know, I know other people got something to do. Like I was saying, you know, all the information that I have here on the driver, you know, they were saying he had, well, this lawyer was saying the driver has a clean history.
which is all fabrication, as you can see. This is nothing I made up. This is all investigation, and this is all the evidence that came about with the corruption and lie, and they continue on lying to, you know, me. They assassinated my son's character. They took me through hell and back, and they still taking me through hell and back. And they sit here lying to me as I am delusional or stupid because I'm grieving. So they taking advantage of my situation and what I'm going through with my son, you know. So like I have read, I'm going to run this right quick through since we ain't good. So like I said, April the 22nd, he fell in compliance with police instruction. November, he was convicted for speeding. June the 1st, 2002, excuse me for going fast, involved in a motor vehicle accident. December the 6th, 2002, unsafe operation of motor vehicle offense. June the 20th, 2006, offense of obstruction passenger of the vehicle. July the 18th, when he killed my baby, you know, deliberately. The chief of prosecutor, Thomas Finley, told my son it happened at the back door. My son was banging on the back door, and he could not hear, the driver could not hear my son because of the motor, which is lie. The autopsy evidence from the lawyer had got that guy ran over my son twice, not once, twice. So therefore, he was at the front door, not at the back door. This is the lies and the corruption they want people to believe. They sit here and say my son was chasing the bus down, which was not true. They say he was in the street. What it was, my son was at the handicap curb, and you know how the handicap curb merged into the street. My son was at the toe of the handicap curb, and they saying that he was in the street. That's why they were saying he was in the street, because he was right there in the handicap curb, you know. And when I saw the pictures, my son's sneaker was right there, like an inch or 2 inches away from the handicap curb, you know. So it was not in the street. It appears to be in the street again, but it was not in the street. Like they say, he was all the way out in the street. The bus had made a wide turn. All fabrication. Like I said, you can go on my blog, Soality blog. I'm going to go through this quick. And I have this on my Soality blog, this flyer. And I took half of the information from the evidence with the lawyer I wrote up, and I inserted onto the flyer. You know, which the video going to come out soon, because I'm posting that also on there. So they giving me, I'm trying to take my son's case back, but criminal. And no lawyer, criminal lawyer, everybody is fear of the prosecuting and all the corruption, and they don't want to lose their they practice or, you know, political seat, all this political favor and garbage going on. You know, what Vincent was doing, he was the head of person who actually, what I find out, you know, and I thank some of the people who gave me the information, you know, but most of the information I found out and I passed it to the lawyer because they was not doing their work. Then they coach you, say, wind up buying off the other lawyer for his silence. How corrupt is that? You know, and then I get another lawyer, you know, he did the deposition, but then he wound up start lying to me too. I'm like, you guys know to realize I saw the information. I gave you guys the information. Don't play with me. So here, this is the information that I put of these two drivers. Their driver was Afro-American, you know, European. Their driver was charged, you know, but this guy never was charged for my son's demise. Again, racism also is entailed in this. You know, as if my son's life was not as important, you know, and that's the screenshot of the video. And here, other information. And if you actually Google reckless or dangerous bus driver, you will see that Whistle Romaine was bragging about ending my son's life. How sickening is that? Google it. Coach USA dangerous bus driver, and you'll see that this guy, one of the witnesses, had gave a statement or whatever, made a complaint online how he threatened my son. But this guy is still operating motor vehicle. He's still driving as to this day. You know, so what message is the justice system telling me about my son? Excuse my French. If they saying fuck my son's life, it didn't mean anything, because that's what they're saying. You know, his life was not of value. He's the less. An animal life is important than my son's life. That's what they're saying about my child. You know, and you know what? All of them have kids. All of them had kids. You know, and to be so heartless and cold and sit here and do something like that, along with my son's best friend, well, he was my son's best friend, along with Noble, which was my neighbor. They killed her as well. And they cover up. That's on my blog. They cover up her demise as well, saying that it was her fault. But I did research. No, it was all lies. Again, assassinated her character. You know why? Because because they know the dead cannot speak. But you know what? I'm the voice for all of them, you know, and that's what, and I just hope, and I just pray that God, it got to be a break. It has to be a break. It's just too long for these corrupt people sitting here and covering up these lives. It's sickening. But you know what? My grandmother always told me, what happened in the dark always come out in light.
That's right.
And just will
That's
rebel.
right.
You
That's
think
right.
the evil can just suppress it, but no, the light overcome it.
That's right.
And trust me, I'm letting you guys know, when you see this video, you guys going to get you guys going to get yours. Because you know what? God is the overseer. He's going to see
right.
that each and every one of y'all get it double folded.
That's right.
Yes, I am furious and I am in pain because you talk about only child and you're protecting this murderer. The lawyer, my son's lawyer that I hired told me to stop calling him a murderer. No, he's a murderer. Vehicular homicide, what is that? Murderer. Assault with a vehicle. Murderer. My son was at the front door knocking, banging for Muslim man to stop. But he didn't. He looked at my child and kept on going. Didn't run him over once, like I said, twice. And then dragged him. He's a sick, again, excuse my French, bastard to do something like that. And yes, I will post this on YouTube so they can see I'm serious. This is my child, my only child. And here he's sitting here with his child, but he killed my child. So, but anyway, I'm going to cut it short because I can go on forever. So right now what we're going to do, we're going to release the balloon.
This is yours.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm all twisted here. I'm trying to get it.
Wait, the wind blowing. Is it gonna blow into
and I
over
want
there?
to show, this actually, this is the picture.
Like this or anything?
This is the picture, actually, when he talked for Deshon prom.
Looks like that. Yeah. That's perfect for the law.
That was a junior prom.
No, senior prom.
That was
That was yours house. Senior prom was at my house. Wasn't that senior?
No, it was.
Nah, that was that.
Because I didn't let Deshon go to junior prom because with that little girl he was dating and I know it was his, 'cause I didn't let him go to his junior prom. No, we gonna not, no, we're not. So anyway, this is the picture that Craig had took at the senior prom. And I didn't know Craig took this picture. My son had picked me up out of nowhere. This is show you how much love. You know, no one had to tell him to do it. He didn't have to rehearse it. He had done this spontaneously. He picked me up on his day of his prom. And I told him, put me down. I started laughing. And then I was getting ready to fall, and he caught me. And Craig Stanley caught the picture. As my son caught me, he caught the picture. So that's what he was talking about when he was at the prom. Craig Stanley had taken this picture. And this picture, everybody loved this picture because it shows the love. And I thank him for taking the picture, which I was shocked when he sent it to me. I didn't know he took that picture. Along with this picture, he had taken. Yeah, you give thanks to him. He took this picture. Yeah, he's the one who did this picture. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because he made mention earlier. So I just wanted to share his creativity, and I just put it on the shirt. You know. Okay, now what we can do? He's going to do the candles, but the window is blown in, so we can't light the candles. So, you know, sour for Deshon. I just put love sign. I'm trying to hold it tight because I break down and cry. My trigger's going to go off. So, trust me, I'm crying real bad. But I got it because of my disability. I'm trying to
someone who was admired, looked up to, and loved. Tremendously loved. We also thank you for allowing us to come here and understand that you Amen.
And if anyone would like to buy and purchase these lovely shirts and dress and lovely shirts on there, going Naila Project, I know we can advertise Naila Project, and it has all the articles of everybody life, not just my son, but other lives, who was taken by New Jersey Transit and Coach US. Hold on, like one balloon, because I'm gonna tie one of the balloons up there. Which one is the shortest one? You got it? Yeah, good.
Well, you can always make it short.
No, it's always short.
Yeah, I'm short.
Yeah, so it's already short. Okay.
So we're gonna let him go?
Yes. Okay, we can release the balloon.
Guess which this?
Why don't you? Yeah.
One.
Nah, which way this way?
Yeah, they're gonna all blow that
That
way.
way,
So, yeah. Go ahead, Name.
1, 2, 3. Release.
That was a good one.
And Miriam, my beloved son, in honor. I don't like to associate things that my son is not here. It's in honor, and I don't believe in that RIP, rest in peace. My whole saying with RIP, remember I am present. That's my RIP.
Okay.